Desi, what do you think of Javier tonight and just what he's been able to do against this team 2 times now?
Well, he was very good tonight. He didn't start off. He started off a little rocky, and then he went to the stretch. When he was in the windup, he couldn't find his rhythm, and then he went to the stretch on his own. Then it was more compact and was getting the ball down because early in the game, he was wild high, and got out of some trouble, and then after that he settled down.
We'll go to Bill in the second row on your left.
Dusty, could you tell me, could you talk about the great game Cristian Vazquez had behind the plate and with the bat?
Oh yeah, he had an outstanding game. He called a good game, great game. Threw out a baiter, key time in the game, and they were trying to get something going, and then he got a big two RBIs for us, and it's great to have two outstanding catchers, and he had a very good game for us tonight.
Ed is standing to your right, Dusty.
Hey, Dusty.
Yeah.
Are you surprised at how dominant you've been in this series and to be up 3-0?
Well, I don't know if dominant's the word. All of them are close except tonight. So I don't think about being dominant. I just think about scoring one more run than they score and winning the ball game. And they're always dangerous. The Yankees are always dangerous, especially here in New York. And so we got an opportunity to close it out and win tomorrow. So we're going to take every opportunity to try to do that.
Any questions for Dusty? We'll go back to Danielle.
What was your thinking for letting Brown face Rizzo?
Well, my thinking was, we don't have a lefty, and Brown's been pretty good against lefties, and the score was indicative that if he did do something, we were still ahead and had the lead, and we were really trying to stay away from Presley, and we've been riding Montero kind of hard, and that's why we let him face him, and so. Also thinking about the fact that, you could possibly have 5 days in a row and then you could be upside down in a couple of days. So, sometimes you take a chance and sometimes it comes through.
Any questions for Dusty? We'll go to Ron up front.
How did you think Altuve looked? Was it a good sign going the other way on the
Yeah,
level?
it's a great sign. And, from talking to the great Tommy Davis, who was a close friend of mine and my hero, he'd always tell me, if you're having trouble, start to go back to the opposite field and then march your way back to the pull side. And so, that was a great sign for him to, to get a knock. And, when you get a hit, when you're 0 for something, any knock is great.
Questions for Dusty? I'll finish up with Daniel on your right.
Hey, Dusty, you guys have really specialized on capitalizing on other teams' mistakes that play out in center field. The very next at bat, you hit the homer. Just how much has capitalizing on mistakes been part of what you guys have been able to do?
Well, that's what the game's about. If you can, you can't always capitalize on it. You try to. It's a thought process, number one, and you think a walk or error or whatever it is, that's a break, and even though it may not be, you have to kind of fool yourself that is a break, and it's amazing whatever you think can happen usually does happen, and that was huge. That was a huge part of the ball game, especially because Cole was kind of knifing through us at that time, and he's a tough pitcher. He's one of the best in this game.
We'll finish up quickly.
Hi, Dusty. How are you?
Hey, all right.
How is McCullers feeling about pitching tomorrow night?
Well, he's feeling great. Last year at this time we didn't have McCullers in the World Series. Well, after this, and he's just happy to be back, and we're happy to have him because we felt that we might have had a different outcome, had we had McCullers last year. So we're very happy to have him.
Dusty, thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
right, we'll get started with Alex and Cristian. Congratulations, guys. We'll start with Bill in the second row on your left.
Cristian, this question's for Cristian. Cristian, you had a great game. And could you take us through the sixth inning when you had the two-run single?
Yeah, it was I saw that bat with Mancini, and it was throwing a lot of sliders, so I was sitting on it, and it was a good swing, and it's a big knock for the team.
It seemed like with Bader, it seemed like you already knew he was going to steal because you threw him out. Could you take us through what you went through with Bader?
Yeah, it was a big out for us. I think we shut down the momentum from them, and it was awesome. It was very emotional and very fun.
Other questions for these guys? Daniel, to your right, guys.
Alex, the teams at this time of year typically don't make a whole lot of mistakes, but you guys have been able to really exploit them at times when they do. Just how big was that play out there in center field, and for Chaz to come through right after for you guys?
Well, I think our team has been really focused on just trying to put together good at bats, and pass the torch to the next guy, and just try and simplify things. We know that we're facing an incredible pitching staff, and I think Chaz did a great job of putting a good swing on a pitch, and feel like as an offense, that's what we're trying to do.
Danielle on your right, guys.
Cristian, what did you see from Javier tonight, and just in working with him, more and more over the course of the season? How did you guys getting more comfortable with each other help in a situation like tonight? Yeah,
it was electric. The fastball, up the slider. It was throwing so good that it was a lot of swing and miss, and it was awesome. It was awesome all the time. I caught him. It's fun to watch and caught him.
We'll go to up front to your right, Pete.
Cristian, how much did it help you that you obviously know this Yankees team and this lineup very well, and you're preparing for this game?
Yeah, it's I've seen them a lot with Boston, and it's more easier to call a game when you know everybody, and the pitching style we have here is more easier.
You've had some big postseason games, the walk-off last year. How does this game maybe compare to some of your other ones?
Yeah, every postseason win is awesome. We're one win away to a World Series, and can't be more happy than to be here and play with this team. Great stuff.
Go to Bill in the second row on your left.
Alex, could you talk about the job Cristian did behind the plate?
Yeah, he was unbelievable behind the plate. I thought he called a great game. I thought he got Javi to execute, and Javi did a great job of executing, and then came up with a huge base hit to add insurance. Both him and Trey adding that insurance runs there, and I think it was the sixth inning was big, and not to mention a great throw defensively. So it was a great all-around game for him, and was super happy for him.
Cristian, to follow up, you have been the Yankee nemesis for years. I'm just wondering how you feel about beating the Yankees once again.
Yeah, like I said, it's fun to win in the postseason. Every win matters, and like I said before, win one win to go to a World Series. So we get it tomorrow, and we got 5 more wins to be a championship.
Daniel in the second row on your right, guys.
Cristian, tú vienes de jugar en esta división, el este, donde pertenecen los Yankees. ¿En qué se enfocaron tú y el lanzador dominicano Javier para buscar la manera de amaniatar la ofensiva de los Yankees, que hoy fue un desastre?
Sí, tú sabes, atacar los bateadores, strike uno es lo más importante con él, y pienso que esa es la clave con Javier. Atacar los bateadores, y los picheos que él tiene son demasiado buenos para, ¿sabes? Conseguir los swing en blanco.
Up front on your left, Ron.
For both of you, when in the second inning you get the home run right after the dropped fly ball, do you have a feeling that things are going to break your way the rest of the game?
I think just stay focused. Keep worrying about the next pitch. The next pitch is the most important. We know they got a great ball club, so offensively we got to try and add on, and we got to play good defense behind our staff.
And how did the exaggerated celebration for Chaz's home runs extend from the fans into you guys in the dugout?
I think Chaz, we noticed it in like May or something. I think it started off with like a few fans, and then slowly but surely a lot more fans got into it. So we saw before the postseason started, we saw Chaz at Chaz went and spoke to a bunch of people, a bunch of fans, and they started doing it again. So we just were doing it for Chaz.
Other questions, Daniel?
Alex, it seems like keeping your foot on the gas is so much easier said than done at this time of year. But what have you seen from your teammates to just one guy after the other just keep that intensity throughout every game and every pitch?
I think everybody's just trying to do their job, be a good teammate, show up to the field every single day, work hard, continue to play hard, work hard. We know there's going to be ups and downs throughout the postseason because we're playing against such great teams, and we just got to keep staying focused and keep playing and keep having fun too. We're getting to play the best game in the world, so we're having a blast, and we just got to keep focused.
Other questions for these guys? I'll finish up on your right.
Cristian, knowing your experience before in postseason, what advice are you giving to Javier today?
I think he pitched before in the World Series too, and I think he got the experience too to be calm in the mound and attack hitters. I think that's the key for him. Attack hitters and put away with his pitches so good that we can find strikeouts.
Anything else for these guys?
Thanks,
All
guys.
right.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, guys. And congratulations. Jen Loy will translate for us. Who's got the first question? We'll start with Danielle on your right, guys.
Cristian, how would you compare the pitcher you are today to the guy over here, to the guy who made his debut back in 2020?
¿Cómo puedes comparar el pitcher que eres hoy comparado al pitcher que fuiste cuando debutaste en el 2020?
Bueno, bastante. Para mí he mejorado bastante, gracias a Papá Dios, ¿sabes? Gracias a Papá Dios, año tras año he venido madurando y he tenido mucho aprendizaje y gracias a Dios he venido mejorando día tras día.
Very different. I think every single year I've improved a lot, thanks to God, and I think I've matured a lot as well, and just getting better every single day.
Was there something in particular that you think really helped with that maturation process?
¿Hay algo en particular que tú piensas que te ha ayudado a madurar?
Sí, ¿sabes? Muchos consejos que me han dado los muchachos, ¿sabes? Me han ayudado mucho y creo que eso me ha ayudado bastante.
Yeah, I think a lot of advice that I've gotten from the guys, they've helped me a ton, and yeah, I think that's one of the reasons.
Second row on your left, Bill.
You and Cristian Vazquez worked so well tonight. Could you talk about the job Cristian did behind the plate, and why did you guys click today?
Tú y Vazquez hicieron un tremendo trabajo juntos. ¿Puede hablar sobre el trabajo que hizo Vazquez atrás de home y cómo ustedes pudieron hacer clic hoy?
Bueno, en realidad hicimos tremendo trabajo. Vazquez estaba llamando muy buenos picheos. ¿Sabes? Estábamos conectados. Siempre nos mantuvimos enfocados en lo que teníamos que hacer.
Yeah, Vazquez, I think, called a really good game today. He was calling all the pitches, and I felt that we were connected in that moment. And like I said, I think he called a really good game.
On the second row, Daniel.
Cristian, si recuerda el 25 de junio, tanto tú como Neri y Ryan Presley tiraron unos gires a los Yankees. ¿Te enfocaste en eso esta noche de nuevo y más en postemporada buscando el pase para la Serie Mundial?
No, ¿sabes? No me enfoqué en eso. Simplemente vine a tratar de mantenerme encima de ellos, atacándolo encima de la zona y tratar de que ellos no hagan el daño menos posible.
Cristian, ¿qué tan importante es la comunicación con Cristian Vazquez y Maldonado para el buen resultado de tus picheos?
Bueno, para mí eso es algo sumamente importante, ¿sabes? Porque eso te ayuda y, ¿sabes? Te da la confianza y eso, ¿sabes? Mantenemos comunicados, ¿sabes? Siempre no tenemos miedo de acercarnos a ellos, hacerle preguntas y de hablar sobre los picheos y esas cosas.
The question was, how important is Cristian's and Maldonado's communication for Javier? Javier said it is really important. Obviously, communicating with them gives me the confidence to throw a lot of my pitches.
We'll go to Ron in the first row.
Going back to your game in June and today, and really all of the Astros games against New York this season, you've been very successful. What are the keys that you're doing so well?
Hablando del juego en junio contra ellos aquí, todos los juegos de los Astros contra los Yankees, hemos tenido mucho éxito. ¿Cuáles son algunas de las claves para tener tanto éxito contra los Yankees?
Bueno, la clave de nosotros siempre mantenernos enfocados, lanzarle try, ¿sabes? Eso es lo que yo creo que nos ha ayudado bastante y no ha tenido aquí donde estamos hoy en día, gracias a Dios.
Yeah, I think the biggest key for us is just staying focused and just throwing a lot of strikes. I think that's what's helped in the past and what has us here right now.
And after the home run, did that help you relax out there?
Después del jonrón te ayudó a relajarte un poco. Jonrón de McCormick.
Oh, sí, claro, ¿sabes? Ese jonrón nos ayudó bastante al equipo. ¿Sabes? Ya lo que tratamos de hacer fue de mantener el juego ahí lo más que podamos.
Yeah, definitely that home run helped us a lot, and I think what we just tried doing at that moment, just try to keep the game where it was at.
Fourth row on your right.
Cristian, congratulations on the game today. So, what's going on through your mind? You're a game away from the World Series. Is your heart racing? Are you just ready for it tomorrow to be over so you can focus on the World Series?
Estamos en la posibilidad de un juego de llegar a la Serie Mundial. ¿Qué tú estás pensando ahora? ¿Te sientes calmado? ¿Tu corazón está corriendo? ¿Qué piensas?
Muchísimas gracias. Bueno, el enfoque de nosotros venir mañana igual que hoy, ¿sabes? Como que tenemos que ganar, como que si fuéramos nosotros que estamos 3-0, después que ganemos, si Dios quiere y lo permite, entonces ahí nos enfocamos para el juego de la Serie Mundial.
Yeah, our focus for tomorrow is just to come here and just play to win. We're going to come in and play as if we're down 3-0. And, you know, if we win the game tomorrow, hopefully we do, thanks to God, then we'll talk about the World Series.
Take a couple last ones. Daniel in the second row, and then Danielle.
Cristian, el pasado tú actuabas como relevista con los Astros de Houston. Ahora como abridor en postemporada, ¿qué tan contento te sientes al tú ganarte lo que es ese derecho con el trabajo que has hecho con la organización?
Sí, sabes, yo en la realidad me siento muy orgulloso, muy contento por esa gran oportunidad que el equipo me dio la oportunidad de poder abrir y gracias a papá Dios estoy haciendo el trabajo. ¿Sabes? Eso como relevista, yo entiendo que eso fue parte del proceso. ¿Sabes? Es un proceso que uno tiene que pasar y gracias a papá Dios llega la oportunidad.
Question was that Javier came up as a reliever with the Astros, now as a starter. How does he feel about being able to start now? Javier says, I feel very proud of what I've been able to do here and also for the team to have given me this opportunity. I know being a reliever sometimes is just part of the process, but I feel very proud and very happy to be where I'm at.
Take one or two more. Danielle on your right, guys.
Going back to what you said earlier about getting some advice from the guys, is there one piece of advice in particular or a few people who have been particularly helpful to you?
Regresando a lo que dijiste anteriormente de que los muchachos te dieron consejo, ¿hay un consejo específico que alguien te dio o una persona que te ha dado mucho consejo que te ha ayudado?
¿Sabes? Ellos nos han ayudado bastante en lo que es sobre la mecánica, ¿sabes? Cómo tratar de uno mantenerse más en línea para mantenerse atacando la zona y muchas cosas más.
Yeah, they've given me a lot of advice, things talking about like mechanics and just how to stay close and stay in line to the plate, just to throw more strikes.
Finish up in the third row on your right.
Sabemos que es un equipo, Cristian, los Astros de Houston, pero ¿qué tan importante y qué comunicación tú tuviste con Framber Valdez luego de ganarle el segundo partido a los Yankees? ¿Te sirvió, te opinó o consultaron algo?
Sí, ¿sabes? Fue algo muy importante. Durante el vuelo de ayer veníamos hablando sobre el juego y creo que eso me ayudó bastante porque nos mantuvimos hablando de la calidad de los picheos y algunos bateadores, qué tipo de habilidad él vio en ellos, ¿sabes? Y la pusimos en práctica y gracias a Dios tuvimos éxito.
Question was, we know the Astros are a really good team, but did he talk to Framber Valdez after the second game? Did he give you any advice for today's game? Javier said, yeah, we came the whole flight yesterday talking about it, just things that he saw in the hitters and different things like that, and thankfully we were able to get good results today.
Cristian, congratulations. Jen Lloyd, thank you. Appreciate it, guys.